Dave, call this number back. I need $25
It's
for
about to get
this
weird.
walk around sit down chair.
Production.
Watch this.
Good evening. Thank you for those who are joining us live on Facebook and on YouTube. Very special welcome to those who are joining us for the first time. This is episode 55 of Been Around the Block. We've grown to something that we feel like is starting to make an impact. And just in the last 90 days, we've been able to reach 2.2 million people. Please don't forget to like, share, and follow our page to continue being a part of this movement. Our goal at Been Around the Block is to continue our mission to help destigmatize addiction and prove that not only your life won't be boring, but the best years are yet to come. Even if you don't identify with what our mission is, these stories of triumphing over adversity are something that we can all identify with. We also need to make note that Been Around the Block is in no way associated with, affiliated, nor do endorse any specific program or recovery. Our view is that your story is your story, and there are many ways that people are able to recover their lives away from the bondage of addiction. One of our goals is to prove that no matter how we get there, we're all able to live the life that God's intended for each and every one of us. Without any further ado, my name is Brooks. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook at Quirky Cliche Name, and on TikTok. I also have Christopher Ross, Christopher at Facebook. I don't know what his TikTok handle is, but whatever the case may be. You do too. You shared videos with me yesterday, bro. All right, and we got our favorite national content creator, Bradley Nemo Sparks, coming soon. NemoSparks.com, still not up. I think
they come out next year.
So early 2026, NemoSparks.com. And of course, our guest for episode 55, one of our good friends, Emily Allensworth. How's everybody doing tonight?
Blessed.
Blessed? Highly favored and blessed?
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right, cool. Well, this is our second episode in our new permanent space. We're working on decorations. Chris was going to put a post about this up, but if anybody has any artwork they want to display, we're thinking about doing like once a month thing where we display a local artist's work for a month. That way we can
We could even do it once a week.
yeah, well, once a week, whatever.
Well, I think we're doing like, because we're doing 2 podcasts and then 1 off, right?
yeah, well,
We're doing like
every other week is what
someone's
our
not
goal
busy.
is, I think, at some point, right?
Yeah, I like the idea of 2 on, 1 off, because I mean it's kind of a break from the. But yeah, displaying people's artwork behind us. So that's great.
Yeah, and one of our other guests, Rick Sennett, we'd love to have some of your work here.
This
too.
actually is from the owner of my house. Her name's Shannon.
Okay.
She did that, and they almost took it, and I was like, I'm keeping.
Cool. Well, and who did the shirts for us a year and a half ago?
David Chishko.
Okay. Oh, I know that name. I think I'm friends with him.
He owns
Whatever.
a hot dog truck. His brother's name's I don't know why I can't think of his name.
Dun
His
dun
brother's an artist.
dun.
His what?
His brother's an artist.
Okay. He rolls a hot dog truck.
He owns a hot dog truck.
He is a hot dog
He
truck.
owns Snow Dogs and more.
Okay. I think I follow his page.
Yeah.
Anyways, so that's what ADHD looks like for each of us at the same time. So episode 55, tell us a little bit about yourself. We're going to have to do something.
Oh, Emily, welcome, Emily.
Hi
There's
guys.
somebody else here?
Where do I start? You want me to start at the beginning?
Well,
What do
let's talk about, like, you and I talked before. I got done setting up. How long you got sober?
my sobriety date is January 30th of 2024.
Okay, so almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Have you ever had almost 2 years?
No, the longest I had before this was 345 days.
And why was that? Was you locked up?
No, I went to treatment in California.
Hey, it sound like a county jail sentence.
No,
300
I
right
have
under
been
a
to
year.
jail. I do have great mug shots, but no.
Oh, I meant to get some of those from you. Yeah, we
wanna
like.
see 'em?
Sure, yeah, or send them to me and I'll put them up on the screen.
Oh, they're lovely.
We'll make it fun.
It's a
They're
lot
real
easier.
lovely.
It's easier to stay sober in county, but once you hit that prison yard, woo,
God.
if you ain't made the decision that you want to be done, you're gonna have an abundance of drugs to choose from. But I don't think you've been to prison.
I haven't.
We're
I
gonna
have
get
not.
into that story though.
I've not been to prison.
Too pretty to be in prison.
Knock on wood, my friend. I have spent over a calendar in jail, but that was up in Craig County. I think we've talked about that before.
Oh, yeah, I was in Craig.
Well, they had Mountain Dew and dip and shit and microwaves.
There you
So,
go.
like, it was
I just
like,
sent them to you.
okay, cool.
Have you seen them?
Oh, that ain't good.
Okay. Oh yeah, nice. Okay, cool.
Hey, can we put those up on the
Yep,
screen?
we sure can. Give me just 1 second. So, and tell us more. Okay, so you're associated with
Wow.
Chelsea Williams.
Yes,
Right.
I am.
So, tell us how she plays a role in your life, because you'd kind of talked about her a little bit before we went live.
So I was the first resident at Sober Vibes.
Oh hell yeah! Shout out Sober Vibes.
Absolutely, big shout out to Sober Vibes. I went to treatment and was like, "Where am I going to go?" And people were like, "Sober living," and I was like, "Absolutely not, absolutely not. I'm not doing it." Well, came around and I went to Sober living, and it was the best decision that I could have ever made
Why didn't you want to go to sober living?
because I had it all figured out.
Oh, is y'all knowed up?
Yeah,
All she was an arguer.
So did you go to treatment before that?
yeah.
And so how long?
This last time I went to treatment for 92 days.
Okay, so you were in treatment 90 days and you was like, I don't need sober living.
Well, no, it wasn't until about halfway that I gave in to the idea. At first, I was not sold on it.
Okay.
Or I was like, I'll go to sober living. I'm from Skytube. And
Okay.
so I was like, I'll go to sober living in
Shout
Tulsa.
out Skytook.
No, we don't have to go that far. But
Done a
I
lot
was
of
like, I'll
drugs
go
in
to sober
Skytook.
living in Tulsa, you know. But from relapse is a big part of my story. And it always had played out that I can't go back. You know what I mean? If I don't change my people, places, and things, I'm going to relapse. And
So that's northeast Oklahoma, right?
yes.
Yeah, it's north of
It's
Tulsa.
like 25 miles north of Tulsa.
So I was
Or
raised
25
I
minutes.
was raised in Claremore and Foyle.
Oh, Rogers County?
Yeah.
God,
That's-
one of them mugshots is from
I
Rogers
seen
County.
that. That's what I thought. I swear when you showed me
So
that
let's
mugshot,
just
that's what I thought.
throw this up here real quick. This is what we got. It's pretty sad. It's the only one I had that got sent to me though.
That's the
So,
Rogers County.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
nice. Okay, cool.
So I pulled from there twice. Used to see my Rogers County mugshot. They got me. I'm so drunk and wasted, and they got me for a public intox. And then I had pills in my pocket when I went inside the jail, so they got me for bringing contraband into a county jug.
Yeah.
Hit me with a felony. I'm so messed up. They feed me. I don't know if I was because I weighed like probably 105 pounds, and I in the mugshot I have this orange in my hand. I'm like doing this.
I love that picture of you.
It's
very enduring of you. I love that.
I was so embarrassed by that mugshot, and somebody had sent that to me when I had like 2.5 years sober, and the verse from the big book says, God dang it, what is it? I say verse. The little part from the big book says, dang it, I'm gonna paraphrase it, but it says you can use your dark past, pretty much as hope for others.
Megadeth quoted that in one of their songs. My
Did he
most
really?
valued possession, or something like that.
Yeah,
it could be used.
That is your greatest possession. Yeah. So I put that picture up on for the first time on social media, like when I had 2.5 years sober, and it was just like getting over that hurdle of being embarrassed by it, and now I just love it.
Every year that I get, I've got me with the greasy, sweaty hair, sitting in Guitar Center, look like I'm about to steal a guitar, and just eyes hollow as shit. Hey, I'm going to shout out Chris Evans here. I don't think it's the Chris Evans, but he says he's been divorced for 2 amazing young sons and feeling lost in the world. Your stylist isn't working. Okay. No, he's not on stage. That's not what I'm trying to do. Okay. Why is it? Oh my gosh. This thing is not working. Okay. Anyways, he's been divorced with 2 amazing young sons and feeling lost in the world. What kind of help should I seek out for myself? I mean, we all went to treatment. I think he went to prison.
I went to prison too, but I did go to treatment first. But I wasn't ready. I was just trying to get the little certificate to, help me
Get
To
the
look
law
good.
off your back.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
nudge from a judge.
So I would get pills snuck into me every weekend, but I wasn't ready. But 4 days after I got out of treatment, I ended up getting locked up and going back to prison, and that's ultimately what saved my life. I mean, what's his name?
Oh, Chris Evans.
Man, Chris, when you're truly ready,
It doesn't matter.
it ain't gonna. Yeah, you'll do whatever it takes.
Yeah. So, somebody else said this about prison, Oxford cleaning. What? Prison is a great place to reflect. Would you agree with this?
I would agree with that.
Okay, there you go. So, anyways, back to the story. You got almost 2 years. January will be 2 years, right?
Yes,
Okay.
correct.
And what's if you want, just hop into your story, or we can.
Where did it all begin for Emily?
Okay, so where did it all begin?
Did
You
we
want me-
ask your drug of choice yet?
Oh, yes, meth.
Okay.
I mean, I did everything, but meth was my main drug of choice.
Yeah.
So you want me to start at the very beginning?
Sure.
Okay. Both my parents are addicts. My dad was in prison my whole life from the time I was 2 till I was 19. And on and off from then to now. He's currently in jail. I drank alcohol for the first time I was like 12 or 13. And it was really crazy because a lot of the girls that we got drunk with, we drank Everclear, got alcohol poisoning, and I'm over there like, hey, I feel good. What's wrong with this chick? You know? Looking back, I could see like that was the red flag, you know, but in the moment I was living my best life, you know, I was just a kid having a good time, and I started doing other things. When I was 16, though, I had a seizure for the very first time, and not on any drugs or alcohol. And shortly later, I was diagnosed with epilepsy. So from 16 to 18, I didn't use, I didn't drink. I was like scared because I didn't know what caused them. And then I turned 18, and then something went off again, and I started drinking. And it started off with like smoking weed or doing like ecstasy and Molly, Adderall. I thought I would never do meth. I was like, no, I'm not going to do meth. I got married. I got pregnant. I miscarried when I got married in August when I was 19. I found out I was pregnant in October, and the week before Thanksgiving, I miscarried.
Did you miscarry because you were using?
I wasn't at the time. I would drink like occasionally, but I hadn't at that. It wasn't until after that that I started using more often. Before that, it was just like weekends, hit and miss. I don't know why, but when that happened, I just, it was like I got mad at God. I don't talk about this a lot. And everything just started slowly crumbling after that. I started, I used meth. The first time I ever used meth, I snorted 2 Adderall and a big fat line of dope and was off to the races. After that, I never stopped. Anyways, I slowly lost everything. From my job, I had a job for 9.5 years. And I used for a lot of the years while I worked there, but I'd like lost my home. I started so my mom is an addict as well. Let me backtrack a little bit. When I was 11, 2 weeks before my 11th birthday, my mom and stepdad got busted for manufacturing, and we got taken away from my mom. They got busted in Rogers County too. We lived in Catoosa.
Shout out Rogers County.
Yep.
And so then we moved to Skytook. My mom got us back. My stepdad went to prison. My mom was sober for a long time. She got 15 years on probation. And she was sober that whole time. My stepdad came home, and within 11 months of him being home, she relapsed.
Damn.
I'm sorry, I got to pause. So, was that your mom's first time ever getting in trouble?
Yes.
That is the insane amount they throw football numbers.
They try to give her 7.5 in and 7.5 out. Her first, she never even had a citation before this.
That's good.
And
Good old Rogers County for you, Claremore, Oklahoma.
They tried to give her when she went to get sentenced, and after they got busted, she was in jail for 2 months. She went to rehab for 2 months and got us back, all within 6 months, and did that all on her own. Nobody made her do any of that stuff, you know. When she went to go get sentenced, the DA in Rogers County, they got busted in May of 99. We were back home with my mom in December of 99. So I don't know when they got sentenced. But anyways, when she went to get sentenced, the DA wanted her to serve 7.5 in and 7.5 out. And the judge looked at the DA and said, how's she supposed to raise her kids from prison? And gave my mom 15 years probation for manufacturing or distribution of a controlled drug without child endangerment. My stepdad, my step-grandma, and my step-aunt all got manufacturing and child endangerment. My stepdad went to prison, was gone for a long time. But my mom was sober that whole time. So I don't have a lot of memories before all that. But when my mom relapsed, I was full-blown in my addiction. And
How old are you at this time when she relapsed?
I was my youngest brother. It was 22 ish. It was a year after. So my youngest brother, I'm 4 years older than my youngest brother. He was 18, 19. So yeah, 22. I started buying my mom's husband's pain pills, and it didn't went long before I was doing dope with them. That's something I would have never imagined doing with my mom. It changed the dynamic in a lot of ways. It made that relationship with her toxic. I had no respect for it. And it wasn't until the last few years when I started trying to get sober. And my addiction took me to some dark places. You see those mugshots. It wasn't a good place. And I woke up in 2023. It was July, and I was like, I can't live this life anymore. But I didn't know how to not live that life. And I called. I'm Native American. Even though I don't look like it, I do have a roll number. I called my tribe, and I was like, I want to go to rehab. What do I need to do? I need help. They weren't as helpful as I thought they'd be, so I contacted Osage Nation. And Osage Nation put me in touch with somebody. And by the beginning of September, I was on a plane to California, trying to do the California rehab thing.
Okay, so I see this a lot with the Native when they're trying to get help through the tribe for their addiction. I see that a lot. It's hard.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know, man. I can't. When I reached out to my tribe, the person who was in charge of the behavioral health and substance abuse department was on maternity leave. I was like, I can't wait. I need help. I can't speak for every tribe. There's a lot of tribes that have that are great, have a lot of resources, like Citizen Potawatomi. Like they got, they have what do you call it? They have programs with different facilities, like local facilities. Like the tour grant, things like that. My tribe didn't. But so I went to treatment in California. Took me 6 months to do a 90-day program because I had to buy a plane ticket on my 84th day in the middle of the night and come back home and get high. And
now you go to California for meth, right?
Yeah.
Do they offer you Suboxone when you get there?
They did not offer me Suboxone, no. I can't. I've heard stories of other people.
Yeah.
But no, that was never.
It seems like everyone that goes out to California from Oklahoma, they come back on Suboxone.
And from my personal experience, it wasn't the case at all. Which I'm really thankful, because that would have just been causing another problem.
Yeah.
Because even though meth is my drug of choice, I like all drugs. I was a yes girl.
You're just trying to change the way you feel. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't upload the other picture. I'm just going to throw this one up there too.
Oh, that's my famous, my best one.
What year is that?
That was 2017.
2017. That's the year. That's the year I got sober. What did you get arrested for there?
Possession of stolen vehicle.
It seems like every time that I would get a possession of stolen vehicle, I was always on Xanax.
I never liked Xanax.
Doing anything is basically.
Every time I took Xanax, I would have a bright idea to, man, I should steal this car.
Did you use 10 foot tall and bulletproof? That it was your car, huh?
Hey, no lie. I'm not trying to. So this is
not romanticizing it.
No, I'm not romanticizing it. But in Christmas of 2008, I was me and my buddy had gotten a house, and he had a pistol in his room, and I knew he had a pistol, but I took a bunch of Xanax, and I had this great idea that I was going to go rob this store, the corner store down the street. So I'm tearing up the whole house looking for his pistol because he's at work, and I could not find it. And he came home and found me. My mom, around the holidays, she'd always make a big old bowl of pistachio pudding and bring it to me, and it was just like, it was like a holiday treat. And he found me sitting Indian cross style on the floor, passed out with my face in that pistachio pudding, and the house tore up because I was looking for. Luckily, I didn't find that gun. God was really watching out for me because I would have went to prison for a long time.
Shit, man.
Yeah, so that's my Xanax story. That's
Yeah, I don't.
Just imagine you coming.
I've took Xanax twice in my whole life, and it was enough for me not to ever like. It's the only drug I ever made money off of.
Have you ever tried Ambien?
No.
no. Bro.
Yeah, I've got similar stories to the Zamnesia that you get from Xanax.
I've seen it. Like other people, like
I've seen people want to fight cops.
yeah,
from
like
that.
it's like
Like seeking
if they
out
take
cops.
it, you should go to bed because if you don't go to bed and you fight whatever it is that you're, the feeling like
I've seen people do that.
it makes
Yeah.
you act a fool.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get to California. It takes you 6 months
Yeah,
to do a 3-month program.
yeah, and then I went to sober living in South Central. Yeah, 96 off of 96 between Normandy and Western.
What was that like?
It was quite the experience. I rode public transportation every day. I had never even been on a bus a day in my life prior to going out there, and I mastered the bus system. It was definitely it was life changing. But I got a job and I saved money, and but I wasn't working a program. I have a program of recovery today, which I didn't then.
What do you mean when you say wasn't working a program?
I was white knuckling it. I was just going to work and going home.
So you weren't working steps.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't do any of the things. I just worked.
Well, okay. So what do you say? What do you say about people that say, because obviously you're a believer in God,
Yeah.
but you were white knuckling it. You were a believer in God at that time.
But I didn't have a relationship with God.
Why couldn't you just cry out to God to just take it all away? I don't need no steps. I just need one step. I hear people say that all the time.
Well, because that could work for other people, but that don't work for me. From my own experience, it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
And I only had a relationship with God when it was convenient for me. Not all the time, not every day, not like I do today. And I thought I was fine. I had never been sober before that. I had 86 days and then I had 345 days before I got sober this time. That was the only sobriety I ever had. The longest I'd ever been sober prior to those 2 times before then was when I was in jail, 13 days. That was the longest I was ever in jail. And, but that was, I just didn't have a relationship with God, and then I had a boyfriend that was in prison, federal prison, while I was in California. And the plan was he got out at the beginning of November and we're going to start our lives together. So I come back home October 18th. I have money stashed in the bank and I'm going to go get
23?
20. Yes, of 23.
Okay.
And I'm going to go get us a place. Well, at this point, I don't have a job. I may have money, but I don't have a job. So I'm getting denied everywhere. I'm not working a program or steps. I don't have a relationship with God. And I'm not back home for 2 weeks before I relapse. When I relapse, I'm a foul person. I can do some. So what do? My boyfriend's fixing to get out of prison, federal prison, mind you. He's like Forest City, Arkansas, which is almost 6 hours away. It's by Nashville.
How did you meet him?
Through our addiction, but years. We had been together 7-8 years.
I didn't know it was like a pen pal app or something.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. No. I'm not that girl. I may be a lot of things, but not that one.
There's probably some successful relationships out
I'm not that one. I'm not that one. But so he's supposed to get out of prison, and I'm home. So 2 days before he gets out, I relapse. I changed my phone number. I do not show up to get him. I talked to him on the 6th. He's getting out the 8th. I'm like, I'll be there to pick you up, blah, blah, blah. I do not go pick him up.
That poor guy.
Have you talked to him since?
He's not a saint. He's not a saint. I have talked to him since. After I think I was sober for almost a year, and I made amends to him. That was just something I felt I had to do. But yeah, but that's the low that I get to. My word is not anything that you can count on. Anyway, so that was at the end of October, beginning of November. And I got pretty low. And then I reached out to the treatment center, this last treatment center that I went to. And it took me about a month and a half before I actually made it there.
You went to Country Road, right?
Yes, correct.
Shout out Country Road.
Yes, big shout out.
Shout out Country Road.
That place was a turning point in my life. Anyways, it took me about a month and a half to get there. I finally got there, and here we are today. The rest is history. Lots of hard work.
And so you work for them, right?
Correct.
Okay. What's your job out there?
I'm a TA and PRSS. I facilitate weekend groups.
So do you want to tell everyone about the program that you went through, the CFSI program?
Okay, yeah. So I got out of treatment May 1st. This is kind of, can I tell what led me to that part? Okay, so I get out of treatment May 1st. May 2nd, I called Chelsea Williams and I'm like, I can't do this. Hysterical, like my life is like I don't know what to do. A, I've never been sober in the state of Oklahoma. B, I didn't know where to go, you know. My family's not here. I have like the only people that I had at that point was the people that I went to treatment with. And I went to treatment with a pretty good bunch. Like we were close in the beginning. And then Chelsea was like, all right, I'm going to send you a number. So I started IOP. I got out of treatment on Wednesday, and by Tuesday, I was in IOP. I was going to IOP, and my therapist at IOP and Chelsea both had recommended CFSI, which is Center for Social Innovation at OSU OKC. I was not told that it was kind of hard at that time to get into that program. Anyways, it was an app. I had to fill out an application, do an interview. I got accepted. And August of last year, I was had started going to school full time and participating in that program. CFSI helped me. I did a lot of leadership classes in there or trainings. I got my PRSS through that program. And also that's what got me going to college. I hadn't been to school since 2000. I graduated high school in 2006. Here it is, 2024, and I'm like going to school as an adult, scared shitless. But I'm currently a full-time student. I have a 3.75 grade point average.
Oh, yeah.
My ultimate goal is to become a licensed alcohol and drug counselor. Got a long ways to go, but
yeah. You gotta have your bachelor's for that.
Master's.
You gotta have your master's.
That's what I'm doing. Yes, I don't know how it works for. I don't know that. I'm not trying to get too far ahead of myself.
You can't get it with an associate's, right?
No.
You're right. I think you have to at least have a bachelor's.
Yeah.
But you're going to get your master's.
That's the plan.
Right.
Well,
no, say that's what I'm going to do.
Well, that's how you do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm putting in the action. I'm putting in the work right now.
So, Emily, I know you on a personal level. Well, I know you very, very well.
You do.
You've become really close, and it's been almost 2 years.
Yeah.
And it's been almost 2 years.
As long as I've been sober.
Yeah. When
maybe
I first
a couple months after I got sober.
Yeah. I think when I first started working at Country Roads, it was when you first got there.
When I was trying to beat people up.
Yeah. She was trying to fight people. She was mean.
I didn't realize. So it would have been May, right? No, you start January of 2024. Is that right?
Yes.
I didn't realize. I thought, Chris, you were at Country Road longer than that.
In February.
No way.
Started in February. I was only there for a little over. Wait, no, you're right. You're right. I think it was longer than that.
I feel like it was longer than that because I started at Pathways in June of 2024.
Well, I think I started in January, or when she got there, because I remember when she got there, she had a seizure, and people were like trying to walk up and touch her and stuff, and she woke up and she's like, "Get the fuck away from me!"
Oh yeah.
And then I walked her to her room, and this is probably right when you got there, wasn't it?
I have no idea.
I think you weren't there very long. I walked you to your room, and then you went in your room, chilled out, and you came back out later that night. And, because, seizures are scary. They really are.
It's the most hopeless feeling in the world, in my opinion. Anything that I've ever experienced in life.
We had seizures from passing each other out. It was
Wow.
Did
self-induced.
you really do that?
Oh,
I
absolutely.
did it too.
Bro, we there's a
I
time.
thought me and my
Like when somebody
cousins
choked
were
you?
like,
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
Um, there's one
no,
time
we would choke our own self.
You
You
choke
could-
yourself?
I watched this dude bust his grill up so bad on that. He still don't know this day. I mean, I doubt he's watching. He might be watching. I don't know. Anyway, so he started taking off running and curb checked himself,
Hey,
bro.
oh
And it's
my
like, oh my god. It
So
was-
we're all like pretty much the same age. We're all millennials, right? So that's the type of shit that we did as a kid. Like kids now.
For real?
We
I used to would take
We had
Coracedin. I would do Tylenol. I'd do whatever
But
it took.
choking yourself till you
till you pass out. It's like you
It's-
get
It is an out of body experience.
Yeah.
I've
straight
been
up.
choked one time, like
You get like a
because I was
buzz.
getting beat up by my boyfriend at the time.
No, this is
And I
this
could
is
feel
totally
my eyeballs.
consensual. So yeah.
I could feel my
I
eyeballs
forgot.
like getting bigger. Did you feel that too?
I forgot. No, I mean I don't.
I remember feeling like I was in this globe was going in big zoom, and then like the neighborhood, and like I was just out of body. Yeah, yeah. Right. He said he did this. He started taking off running, blam, and we're like, man, you got excited, started running, you just fell. Like, it's just like,
He's probably gonna watch this.
So what does life look like for you today?
Oh, life
Like
is great.
what is your daily routine?
My daily routine today? I get up.
You recently
Early.
moved out of sober living, right?
Yes, I stayed in sober living.
Because you skipped over all that. You're like, I went to rehab, and the rest is history.
No, then we talked about CFSI.
Right.
I went to Sober Vibes. I was just
and how long were you there?
I moved in May 1st and I moved out September 5th
See,
of the following
Okay.
year. So 14 months, 15
Okay.
months, 15 or 16 months.
I got you.
While I was there, I did all the things, sober living for me, or at Sober Vibes. There's a lot of accountability, there's a lot of structure, things that I never had before. But I navigated through it pretty well.
So we never talked to like Chelsea about what programming looks like over there. I'm sure you have house chores, you have meetings, I'm sure every week. I mean, like I know you guys do have speaker meetings and stuff that come in like once a week or
every
something like
Sunday.
that.
So
Yeah.
you have to, like, when you move in, you have to do 90 and 90. You have a strict curfew. You have to do Life 360. We do
just like BTR.
I was gonna say that
deep
sounds
clean once a
familiar.
month.
Yeah.
You have monthly chores that you have to keep up with. They do 2 H&Is a month. It's mandatory that you at least attend one. And I did all of the things. I didn't half-ass anything. It just wasn't an option. At one point when I left, last month, I was house manager. I had been house manager for the last 6 months of being there. So I had, I guess you could say, like a leadership role in the house, which was great. To be able to lead by example, especially to women like in early sobriety, I think is a beautiful thing. Because I feel like a lot of women, and it could be the same for guys. I don't know, because I'm not a guy, but for women, like I never had a strong community of women in my life. I had a couple of best friends. There were girls that I like long-term friends, but I did drugs with them, of course, but I never had I just never had women in my life like I did once I moved into sober living. And I think that it is super beneficial to build the bonds with women, especially in early sobriety. I think that's what takes out a lot of people in early sobriety is having the boyfriend or the girlfriend, and finding that like getting that validation from the opposite sex.
Well, it can be also money, jobs.
Did you ever
Right.
get
stuff
into
like
a
that.
relationship your first year?
Yes.
You did.
Yes. It was very short term. It wasn't anything bad that happened. I was very open and honest about it. But yeah.
So what would you recommend? Like, I got my own answer for this, but when they say, you shouldn't date your first year in recovery, How do you feel about that?
I think it's the best advice that anybody could ever give.
Why?
Because it gives you time to focus on yourself. I know for me, when I got sober, I didn't even love myself. I couldn't, when I got to rehab, I could not look myself in the mirror at the person who was looking back at me. Like, I was so lost. I was so beat down. And I was at such a low, how can you fathom or focus, like trying to, give to somebody else when you can't give to yourself? And so for me, it took a lot of surrendering, just fully letting go and fully trusting the process.
Ooh, that's good.
And I didn't have a reason to trust people like Chelsea or the women in my life, besides that, from an outsider looking in, they had long-term sobriety. It's something I never could figure out. They had good lives. They had families. They were decent human beings.
Right.
So why would I not trust what they're telling me to do?
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I guess my question from that would be like, so last time I tried to get sober 10, 11 years ago, my thought process is, what's your motivation? What's your motivation? What's your motivation? Why are you trying to help me? What are you getting out of this? And that's what, come to find out after working a program, that's what keeps me sober, is
right.
trying to help people.
You probably didn't even know what the word altruistic was.
Yeah, no, it's like, I don't have a checkbook, bro. It's fine,
So what, and I'm a kind of go off what Blake Beckner always says. Shout out Blake Beckner. He always says, the person you are now and the person you're going to attract today in early recovery is not the same person you're going to attract a year from now, 2 years from now. Because you're not going to be the same person, especially if you're
growing. Yeah.
If you're doing that work on yourself, doing the steps and really doing that gut wrenching work and allowing God to, heal you from the inside out, you're going to come out on the other side a totally different person.
Absolutely.
If you do it right.
I mean, the Bible says born again. The big book says reborn. But that's what they're talking about. You're going to be totally transformed. And you're not going to attract the same person at that point in time that you would have attracted, 1 month sober. So I think it is the best advice is to, hold out. Most people that come through sober living, and I see it all the time, guys. Most people that fail in the men's sober living is they found a girl. They find a girl.
The one.
I had a guy just get out of jail, moved into sober living I run, and he was there a week, and he moved in with his girlfriend.
Damn.
He was there 1 week. Moved in.
Met her at the coffee bar.
And the first thought that goes through my head is, I know how this is going to end. I know how. You know what I'm saying? They might be the lucky 1-2%, but no, most of the time it's going to end horrible. And I will probably hear from him again a year from now. God willing, he don't die. Because that's just the reality of the situation. So most of the time when men relapse early in recovery, it's because they get into a relationship and they're trying to fill that void that only God can fill.
I think that's the same that goes for women too.
What about how I always see the people that were, this is a rare thing I've rarely seen, people that were in addiction together and then they get sober and then they stay together. That's another rarity.
So it does happen, it does happen, but you can't, what percentage of people does that happen for?
It's got to be less than the amount of people that actually stay sober.
You can't. So you can't use that as an example to. I'm gonna give it a try. And this is just another one of those things where you got to listen to those people that God has put in your life that do have a great life.
Absolutely.
And do what they or take suggestions from them. They're gonna have your best interests at heart, and they're not always going to be correct on some.
No, and there's some things you got to learn the hard way.
Or you take it to God. Go to your prayer closet and pray about it, and allow God to answer that question for you. and it might be different from what your mentors are saying. And I wouldn't go against anything God says. So.
I know, that's right.
I remember I was listening to somebody, an OG. He was like, this is what he said to me. He said, okay, we're walking down this street. We're gonna go down this street right here. He said, I'm not going that way.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking. I'm not going that way because there's a bear over there, and he don't fuck me up if I go that way. I'm gonna go this way because I know it ain't no bear over here. He says, and this is what he said.
You talking about Buddy?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
I know who that is. And he goes, you can go that way, but I'm gonna go this way. And me, the type of person I am, I'm fucking hard headed. So I'm like,
fuck that bear.
I'm trying to go see what that bear is fucking talking about.
See what that bear is talking about.
But then you get fucked up, or you might be that lucky 1% to whoop that bear. But sometimes it's really good to take suggestions from people who know what the fuck they're talking about. But the person that told me that, because I was having the issue where I felt like someone was telling me something, and he goes, they're not supposed to be telling you something. It's supposed to be a suggestion.
Facts.
And he says there's suggestions because if you don't go out and you don't go out and mess up, how are you going to learn from it?
Yeah.
Right.
So he's one person that I go to and I talk to whenever.
But I don't have to go out and make those mistakes.
Yeah.
I can look at someone else that has done it and failed and go, no, it'd probably be a good idea if I don't do that.
Yeah.
That would be wise.
I'm hard headed as shit, man. I'm the one that tried to jump in a relationship early in sobriety,
and most of us too, because that's two things that all humans walking this earth want, and that is to love and to be loved. And you cannot deny that. I don't care what your beliefs are. I don't care what your sexual orientation is.
Yeah.
But those are the two things every human being walking this earth wants. So it's not those desires that you're trying to feel early in recovery. They're not wrong. It's just you're doing it in an unhealthy way. You're going at it about it.
I mean, everybody's got that nature. It's God given, man. So,
yeah. So early in recovery, guys, if y'all are early in recovery, please work on yourself for 100%. At least a year. Women too.
Absolutely.
Just focus on yourself before you jump into that relationship. I mean, because like I said, you're going to attract someone different a year from now that you wouldn't attract right now. So
I just want to shout out. We got somebody from Florida. You were just talking about Florida off camera, which is so fucking weird.
We're going to take a trip to Florida, y'all.
Yeah, we were asked to be on another podcast. What's the name of it, Chris? Oh, it's cool, man.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about
That's
it.
going to take forever.
Yeah.
I did that. Like, hopefully, you don't make me fucking look it up.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Straight, man.
But we will let everybody know.
We're going to take a trip to Florida, y'all, and be on someone else's recovery.
He's wanting to camp and shit.
There was a guy in Florida that wanted us to come on. There's a guy in Kansas City, Missouri.
That is a fun trip, bro. I mean, the only memories I got in Kansas City, I wound up getting a Greyhound bus back to Tulsa.
Hotel, pussy.
Yeah. Airbnb, whatever.
I can sleep outside. I've done it before.
I can.
Airbnb? Hell to the no. We can't afford an Airbnb. How you gonna go from camping to Airbnb?
About $500, bro. Man. So I want to say something that's like really been on my heart, like especially this last week. Man, there's a lot of crazy shit going on in this world, dude. There's no denying that. I'm not even going to mention the scenarios that have happened recently, but there is also some things that are so good in this world. A lot of people, I read both literature books that we are familiar with, but like in the Bible says that you can find heaven on earth, man. You just got to look for it. You got to have gratitude, man. That's one thing. Like I think one of our guests, Matt Matlock, was saying something like that, man. Right. You can choose to wake up and be a miserable person and make everybody else's life miserable, man. But you can also wake up and smell the fucking roses, bro. I mean, there's so much, like, I don't know. This last week has been waking up like fucking floating again. It's weird. And it's been a long time since I felt that way, man. So
and you saying it, there is a lot of, and it's this, we log onto social media and it's like, what are you plugging your mind into hours of the day? Are you focusing on all the bullshit that they're putting on there to try to divide us and just, it's just don't focus on that, man. Especially if you're in recovery, mental health. That's just going to
100%,
cause
man.
you to be depressed. Put your phone down, read something positive.
Well, and I like, this is what I personally did. I've got a couple good influences in my life right now, man. I limit my social media 30 minutes a day, bro. That's it. Just because it's poison, man. It's straight up. I catch the stupid shit, which I love, but but the political shit, man, I mute that shit.
I think he's referring to my page.
Maybe,
y'all.
maybe a little bit. Yeah, maybe a little bit. I mean, I got some. There's just one shit on TikTok that I'm following right now. It's bad Tinder pickup lines, and he makes them into songs. It's fucking ridiculous.
I like stupid comedy.
It's stupid
bro.
shit. I love it.
Comedy
It's so good
is
though.
great.
It's yeah.
So I there's an app that I do use, and I use it just as much. Oh no, I ain't gonna say as much as I use in the other apps, because Facebook and Instagram, yeah, I use them all the time. I have to. But any of the other apps that I have on my phone besides those two, I use it just as much. It's an app that I use every day. It's called My Spiritual Toolkit.
Oh yeah.
It is something that keeps me grounded when I feel like I'm going through something. It has all the prayers in it. I do my nightly inventory, my spot check inventory. It's one of those things that at first I've had this app for 3 years, and for the past year and a half, year and a half, I've been using it like crazy, especially every night. I send off my nightly inventory to my sponsor, to my sponsorship line, and we all send it out every night. And like some days it'll be like, nope, yep. And then some days it's like I feel like fucking ripping somebody's head off and fucking slapping them and doing all this. And just like being open and honest. And the next day I always get a phone call in the morning, and he's always like, so what happened yesterday? I'm not saying no names, but I get that phone call and it's just, okay, now I can talk to somebody about it. And after I talk to them about it, I feel like that was a good thing that I started doing, sending it out. Because in the mornings whenever I have that time when I talk to my sponsor, once I talk about it, I get it off my chest and I feel extremely better. Like actually, I don't even go to bed mad about it. I just can't do it. It's just one thing I can't do. I can't. Then once I put that in my spot check inventory, on my nightly inventory, I gotta let it go. That's just one of the things I've had to learn.
Well, and if that's not your flavor, man, they've got the Bible app with reading plans and stuff like that. Like, try to feed yourself some, wholesome shit, not this fucking processed bullshit on Facebook.
Yeah.
So
it's good advice.
So do we want to go and ask the question? Let's see. You got that, Chris, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. What does surrendering look like to you?
Admitting that I'm powerless.
Okay.
Being 100% open-minded and willing. The gift of desperation is how I was able to surrender.
I think we could all definitely identify with that.
I got a question. So when did you realize that you were so desperate that you were ready?
I would like to think it was before I went to treatment, like when I tried to get help, originally reached out. But I think the turning point for me this time getting sober was when I was in treatment. And one of the TAs at the time came and told me, they're like, hey, we're going to need your help with your new roommate. And I'm like, I'm not on payroll. What do you mean need my help? And so like my dad is a heroin addict, opiate addict, fentanyl. My mom likes meth. But the roommate, she was detoxing so bad. It reminded me, she like physically looked like my mom, but it was like I could picture my mom and my dad, like my dad and my mom's body. And I think that was a turning point for me, because when I seen her, my heart just sank, because that's my reality if I don't get it right this time.
How do you keep yourself grounded to that? Because I ran into that a couple years ago myself. Like maybe I got this, and realizing that's just the old bullshit talking, man. Because when I tried to do that last time, I was on a 5-6 year relapse, and wound up on MLK in Tulsa, dude.
Oh,
Just
that's
like all bad, dude.
It's rough. So I know that me alone by myself, I never got this. Because my will gets me high.
Yeah.
Today I have a relationship with God like I've never had before. And that relationship continues to grow every day. I have a relationship with my mom today. My mom's got sober since I've got sober. My mom went to treatment in December. Shout out to mom. She's got going on, I think, 11 months this coming month.
That's what's up.
Or no, 10 months. 10 months. My dad is sober because he's in jail. But he probably won't ever get to come home. He'll probably die in jail this time. But like, I think having that relationship with God, having the community of people that I have in my life today, I don't have a relationship with anybody in my life today that is not sober. I have not been back home since I've got sober. I have a brother who's not one of us. And I've been to his house twice, but I don't put myself in situations. Like I said, I stay plugged in.
Your brother loves you a lot.
My brother loves me so much.
Well, what's Nemo or used to say? This was in your repertoire for a while. Is you hang around a barbershop, you get a haircut.
I never said.
I feel like you said that a lot.
You hang out with 5 millionaires, become the 6th. I like that one better.
Yeah, that is better.
Sure.
Okay, so real quick before you do the shout out, what surrendering look like to you?
To me,
whoever.
So for me, surrender. I said this in the podcast I went to in Louisiana. For me, surrender looks like, I think there's 2 types of surrenders. There's that moment of surrender where I have the gift of desperation. I'm totally hopeless. I'm broken, and I say I'm done. I cry out to God and I say, take this life. I don't know what to do with it. And then there's the daily surrender. Every day that I wake up, I still have to make that choice to choose this life. I still have to wake up, whether it's, interacting with my guys at the sober living houses, coming here to this podcast, to hear you share your story. And there's days that, man, I don't feel like doing stuff, but I know that it's not about me, So a lot of times, even if I don't feel like it, like, going to that meeting last night, I didn't feel like stopping by there. I didn't have to, but I knew I needed to.
Yeah.
And I'll never, somebody might say something that might really help me out, or vice versa.
Yeah.
So it's getting out of self. That's what surrender looks like to me on a daily basis, is getting out of self. Because, man, at my core, Bradley is, without God, Bradley is ugly. He's very self-centered, very egotistical, very it's all about me, and even in sobriety, guys. So it's very important. So I think there's 2 types of surrenders. The moment where I say I'm done, and then that every day I gotta surrender. The Bible calls it dying daily. But there's truth behind it, and you're not going to really know that truth unless you've experienced it. So, that's what surrender looks like to me.
Okay. What about you, Chris?
Mine's like a daily thing because I got fucking anger issues sometimes. I have to realize that just because you yell louder than another person doesn't mean that you're fucking right. Just because you're fucking stronger than another person doesn't mean that you're right. I have to do it. It's a daily thing, like he said. The daily thing, like waking up. There's days, how many days in the past fucking 5 years I've woken up and I just want to lay here. But yet I don't. I get up and I do what I got to do to make shit happen. You know, first thing, if that's the thing, like my prayer life is a huge part of my recovery. Like it's so like me being locked in with God and all the things that I've seen and all the things that I've dealt with, and I pray to God that I'm always being. I pray to God that I'll be able to get to experience things with my family that I've never gotten to experience. And right after my mom got diagnosed with cancer, was not really. We quit talking for a while, and recently, like we started talking again, and like my mom, she's not always in the best headspace. I can say that because I know her. And I realize that when I don't surrender completely, that could be me.
Yeah.
Like I'm. If I didn't surrender, I wouldn't be able to be more open minded like I am today. And it's just one of those things. Like I was fucked up.
So, what's your question for the next guest? Do you want me to answer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, same thing, man. It's a daily surrender. And my biggest prayer, especially the last 2 months, every day has been, God, help me to not be in the way of whatever you have planned for me. That's been my biggest thing. And that's, like I said, it felt like it's what really has gotten my mind shifted to an attitude of gratitude. I know that sounds really fruity saying that, but
I love that for you, bro, because you went, there was, God, bro, you were in a dark place.
A little bit, yeah. But
I felt for you, man.
Yeah.
I was like, God.
I'm here,
Heartbreak, y'all. Heartbreak is,
I always tell people, especially like the newer girls that come into Sober Vibes, life still is going to life.
Yeah, life be life, man.
Absolutely. Like just
Every
because you
fucking
get
day.
sober doesn't mean that everything's perfect, because it's not. But the cool part about for me is like even on my worst day sober, like it's still not compared to you, and you hear that a lot too. It's not compared to your best day high,
For real.
Even on those bad days, my life is for me.
I still have a hard time believing that.
Yeah, hey,
He's like,
Are you talking about when you're rotting in the casino and looking at all the sad people at 3 a.m?
I've had some moments high, like had a really good time, but I
maybe like a really good time, but like for me,
I understand what you're saying.
like the mentality I had even in that really good time is nowhere near where I'm at today.
For sure.
The amount of gratitude I have for the life that I have today. Because it wasn't that long ago that I didn't have anything. And I was so lost and broken that I couldn't even look at myself in the mirror. And today, like, I am proud of who I am looking at in front of me. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right, guys. As always, we just want to thank you for tuning in. Everybody that watched and everybody that commented, showed love.
What's your question for the next guest?
What does community mean to you?
Will you write that down? You won't let me edit it in the calendar now. It says read only event. Thanks, bro.
What'd you say?
What does community mean to you?
Unity. You doing the shout outs?
I was, yeah.
Yeah, well,
I want
to
say one more thing. You want to tell these people about what Sober Vibes has going on coming up soon?
Oh, October 22nd. You should go to sobervibes.net and purchase gala tickets. It's a fundraising event to help open Sober Vibes' second home.
All right, there you go.
Y'all got that? Sobervibes.net.
Check it out.
Check it out.
And so, as always, I'm going to shout out everyone that commented. Shout out Sean Bounds, Chris Evans, Arthur Bennett, Aaron Ermine. I don't want to say names twice. Heather Russell. She said, "That's my girl. I'm so proud of you."
Hi, Heather.
Heather.
Is that that's Joshua's Heather? Ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up. If you want it, stay around people in recovery and find a sponsor. And most of all, believe in yourself. That's from Aaron Ermine. Sonia Garcia, shout out. Let's see. Don Chamberlain, Deborah Sanchez, Seth Picorni. I know I got that right. Christina Catalano. Shout out Ronnie LeDuff. What up, boy? Timothy Hammock, Thomas Hamlin. Ask Bradley what his favorite Louisiana dish
You missed.
is.
I think you missed one.
No, I did. I'm sorry. I was
Okay.
reading Ronnie's comment. Okay, so I went to Louisiana earlier in September, and he said, "Ask Bradley what his favorite Louisiana dish is." It's not my favorite dish. I do not recommend this. It is horrible. Do not go to Louisiana and get lobster on your omelet. It is so
That
gross.
sounds really delicious, actually.
It's not. It is not, y'all. But Louisiana did have some really good food, but that wasn't one of them. So, Kristen Walker, shout out. And Sierra Dennis. And thank you guys for tuning in, y'all.
All right, it's been episode 55. We'll be back in a couple of weeks. All right, let me.
Well, we gotta figure out what day.
Yeah.
We're working on our next guest. Our next guest is in the process of getting married, so she,
I know her.
yeah, she's
Amazing.
she got a lot of stuff going on, so we're trying to figure out what the next date is.
Cool.
Ask her if she wants to do it on her wedding night.
Or do it during her
A
wedding.
live interview during the honeymoon. Is that what you're saying, Bradley? Anyways, all right. So that was awkward.
Hey, it's Spring Dave. Call this number back. I need $25 for this walk around sit down chair.
Production.
Here's his voice.